Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field. And I'm kind of dumbfounded saying I always get it bothers me greatly when I say welcome to Greater Boston League football when it involves English and classical, formerly Northeastern Conference. But it boggles my mind even more because now I'm saying it's Thanksgiving in May. It's May 7th, and we're playing Turkey Day. Classical will kick it off. Classical has one win and one loss. English lost their first two. This is the third in a 4-game season. They line drive it, goes off the English player. He better fall on it. He falls on it at about the 15-yard line. He tried to make the running catch coming upfield. It actually hit him on the shoulder pads, up around the shoulder, bounced over his head, and English gets stuck at the English 15-yard line. Jesse Maggs is the quarterback. He came in relief last year, did a pretty good job. They send 4 wideouts, 2 to either side. Now we're going to whistle for something. They're sending, one of the English kids is going to the sideline. I didn't think they had, if they had 12 people in the huddle, they could have got a penalty, but two to the near side, 1 to the far side. Jesse Maggs in the spread. Coming to the near side, getting 5 or 6. Anthony Timmons with the carry. He picked up 6, but it's not going to count because English is going to get penalized 5 for an illegal motion. So they move it back to the 10. It'll be 1st and 15. So from the 10, it'll be 1st and 15. Again, 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Motion now to the far side. And we got another flag. They moved again. English shooting themselves in the foot here. So they're back to the 5. First and 20. So normally 1st and 10. They need 10 yards to get back to the line of scrimmage. They go up to the double wing now, so nobody will get in motion, hopefully. Little misdirection. Brathwaite gets it to the 10. Brathwaite got one of the penalties back. They stay in that tight double wing. Off the right side with a head of steam. Pretty good run by Timmons. He got out They get out to the 18-yard line. He picked up 8 on the play. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Maggs looking to throw. Lets it fly deep. Incomplete. They were looking for interference. I don't think the ball could have been caught. He was looking for Brathwaite. Brathwaite had a step and a half on the defense, but the pass was very long. So English is going to have to kick it away. The deep man for Glasgow is inside English territory, inside the midfield line. So Glasgow, without a run back, will get good field position. With a run back, they could get great field position. I think that's Avery back there. Kick is up. They let it bounce. It takes a bit of a Glasgow bounce. And they're going to be just outside the 40-yard line. They're going to put it down at the 42, I think. So they put it at the 42. Ramirez, the quarterback. 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. The quick out, caught. Very short yardage. The catch by Omarigi. So he picked up 3. 2nd down and 7, just a quick out. But as soon as he caught it, he got hit and dropped. Again, 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Ramirez with the keep. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. He got gang tackled. Well, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Rams. I believe this is senior night. Glasgow's got a few. English has got a bevy of seniors. They double the wideouts to either side now. They're looking to the sideline. Now they adjust. They pull up. The wideouts get a little bit closer. Now they're finally going to, with all that time, they didn't want to pick up a 5-yard penalty. They're going to take a timeout. So 2 pretty good athletes coaching these teams. Brian Vaughan, and actually both were very good athletes at Lynn English. Brian Vaughan, the classical coach, was an outstanding athlete at English, went on, I believe it was Northeastern. For a long time, he was the leading rusher of all time at Northeastern before a young man from Saugus broke his record. On the other side, Chris Carroll was one of the first 3-sport athletes at Lynn English. His freshman year, he played hockey, played baseball, hockey, baseball, and football. He stopped playing hockey and concentrated on baseball and football. And he was very good. Went to play college football and did very, very well. Came back here. He's done a nice job coaching this team. I've known Chris. Brian used to be a next door neighbor of mine, good friend of my daughter's. Chris I've known since he was a very young man. I know his whole family. I coached his father in CYO basketball. His uncle was my third baseman when I pitched fast pitch softball. They didn't throw it, they ran it. Ramirez got it back to the 39. So it brings up a 4th and 7. Let's see if Classical goes. They're huddling. They're not. Looks like they might go for it here. They triple the wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. They dump it out to Galizzi, and they're not going to get very far. They try to spread them out with those 4 wideouts, but English didn't bite. They just jumped it off, and they pick up a yard. So English picks up 13 yards, but it cost them because they had 2 5-yard penalties. Classical picks up 4 on those 2 short passes. They gained 1, lost 1 running the ball. And we've got 6:53 left as we've got a break. Hard to believe Thanksgiving football on May 7th. But just thank God they're playing. All through the time everybody was down, I would watch Jesse Maggs, the quarterback at English. I walked my dogs at English, as most people know. And he was out there with a bunch of his English players throwing the ball around, hoping they were going to get ready, hoping they were going to get to play. And then, of course, Northeastern Conference played, but Lynn couldn't because of the red zone. And then they jumped to the GBL, who decided to start. That's why it's later than everybody else. They run straight ahead off the near side. Timmons with the carry. He picked up 3. Motion. They run it straight ahead to the 45, maybe the 46. They picked up 4, so they need 3. Maggs with the carry, not going to go anywhere. They give him the 46 for a yard. It's going to be 4th and 2. Maggs is staying in. Looks like they might go. They go to that tight double wing. Let's see if they go to a long count to try and draw Classical offside. Maggs with the quarterback sneak. He's got enough for a first down. That's the first down of the ball game. Gets it right to midfield. He needed 2, he got 4. So the first down rung up by the Bulldogs. 2 wideouts to either side. Maggs looking to throw. Lobs it deep. He's got a man there. Brathwaite with the catch. Down to the 6. Perfect throw by Maggs. Brathwaite with the catch over his shoulder. They put it at the 7. Back-to-back first downs. That's good for 43 yards. First and goal at the 7. Perfect pass by Maggs. Nice catch by Brathwaite. Now they send Timmons straight ahead. Gets a couple to the 5. Second and goal from the 5. Pretty good night for football. It's a little bit cool, but you don't have to wear heavy stuff, not like having snow in November or really cold weather. Second and goal from the 5. They go power I. Second man through is Brathwaite. They put him at the 2. English going very quickly in that power I. And now they blow the whistle. Classical called a timeout. Classical made a substitution. The player was running off the field. So Classical had to take a timeout. English was right up to the line of scrimmage, ready to run the play. Timmons and Brathwaite are 2 of those seniors that they have. They've got a few of those. But that couldn't have been any picture perfect. That pass from Maggs over the shoulder. Brathwaite made the nice catch. Nice job at both ends. And now English is knocking on the door. Just under 3 minutes left in this first period. Third and goal coming from the 2. English is running. They've gone from the spread. They went to a tight double wing. They've now gone to the power I. They're showing Classical just about everything. The big fullback, Kevin Pena, in the ball game. That's going to be Classical. Is going to. You can see the deep man get a really head full of steam up and take 2 or 3 steps before the ball was snapped. So they move it back to the 7 as the sun comes out right in our eyes. So Classical gets a little bit of breathing room. The ball's back at the 7 now with third and goal. English, that's their 3rd penalty in the first period. They had 2 in the first 2 plays. They go power I again. They pitch it to Brathwaite, trying to turn the corner. Classical brings him down inside the 5. A lot of white jerseys all over Brathwaite as he tried to turn the corner. They're going to give him the 4, I think, and it's going to bring up a big 4th down. So 4th and goal from the 4. First very big play of the game. I don't know if we're going to get a timeout in English because now they are. Chris Carroll had, I could tell Maggs came to the sideline for a play. He just stayed here walking around, so they didn't want to get another penalty. So now they're going to talk about it. Glasgow's got to worry about Mags here. He's run for a couple of touchdowns for English this year so far. He can have one of those rollouts, run throw option. And you got guys who can catch the ball: Timmons, Palmer, Brathwaite. So the first real big play of the ball game here in the first period. Just over 2 minutes left. English has it. That 43-yard pass play got them close, but then they shot themselves in the foot again. They had 3rd and 2, and they wound up with a penalty. So now that makes it 4th and 4. As Brathwaite got 3 of those 5-yard penalty yards back. The wheels turning on both sides. Brian Vaughan and his coaching staff talking defense on the far side. Chris Carroll and his offensive crew on the near side coming up with something. Glasgow needs a stop. English needs a play. They come out and they go to the double wing. They fake the pitch, little misdirection. Getting in is Brathwaite. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what the flag is about. They faked Timmons going one way, and they had Brathwaite going the other way. And it's against English again. And it's a big one. All the way back to the 19-yard line. That's a 15-yarder. Now they have to get it in the end zone. I don't know if English has a kicker or not. Mags brings the play back to the huddle. So English really shooting themselves in the foot. 30 yards in penalties, and we still have 2 minutes left in this first period. 4 wideouts. Motion coming to the near side. Mags looking to throw. Steps up, lobs it to the corner. Brathwaite had it. He caught it at the 1. He tried to cut around the defense to cut inside to the end zone, and as he was turning, he popped right out of his hands and dropped it. He was open for the shot. He was probably going to score. It's incomplete. Glasgow will get the ball, and the Glasgow fans and the coaches breathe a sigh of relief. So the story of this first period has been English penalties. But that was Brathwaite. He stepped in front of the defender, had it, was going to take, and as he turned to take a step into the end zone, it just dropped. Now they get just about back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. That was Galizzi. English will look to shut him down here and maybe force him to punt, maybe give English decent field position. Glasgow would like to pick up at least a first down or two to give them some breathing room. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. The quick out, caught and hit right away. Brathwaite with a big play. They picked up 3. And here we go. Big play. As we're winding down, if they throw it and it's incomplete, this could be the last play of the period. They need 7. They go deep, and they went too deep. So Classical will not have a first down in this first period. They only have 7 yards of offense, and it's on 3 short pass completions. And now they'll kick it away, and with no run back, English will get decent field position. With a run back, they could get great field position. The low snap, good job by the punter to get it. Very good kick. Takes a good Classical bounce, and that's about as good as Classical could hope for. They put it at the Classical 38, and that's pretty good. English will run 1 play because the ball went out of bounds. And we'll move into the second period. So from the 38, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Their third try. They got close, and 2 huge penalties cost them. They double the wideouts to either side. Tim is in the backfield with Maggs. Straight ahead, Timmons got a hole. They just got a piece of his ankle. He looked like he was gone. I don't think they could get this play off. They put it back to the 41. "21 yards on the play, and that'll end the first period." English almost 100 yards of offense, 97. 43 of them coming on that big pass, 21 on the last run. And English back in Classical territory with a 1st and 10 at the Classical 41, and Timmons almost broke it. So English will now be going from left to right. Very nice crowd here for this one. Everybody's wondering, will we get a crowd? There's a good crowd on the other side. And naturally, it's English and Classical. Thanksgiving in May. It's been a big week here at Manning Field for Thanksgiving in May. The boys and girls soccer player played senior night Tuesday. They skipped a night. Wednesday, English and Classical girls played in the first game of the GBL playoffs. And now English and Classical football here. Little flip. This is a forward pass. Brathwaite There's a penalty against English. I don't believe this. So they give him to the 36 for 5. English penalty again to the 46. So it's 1st and 15. The double wideouts come to the near side, one to the far side. Motion now coming to the near side. They run it straight ahead and get inside the 40-yard line. They give him the 38 for a pickup of 8. Gang tackling all over Person. They put it back at the 38 for no gain. So 3rd and 7. Three wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. Timmons back in the backfield with Maggs. Maggs looking, lets it fly deep. He's got a man behind the defense. Incomplete. Very good coverage by Klasko. So 4th and 7. So every time it looks like English has got something going, they shoot themselves in the foot with a penalty. And they're going to kick it away. Line drive, they let it go into the end zone. There's a flag on the play again. There was a collision with Classical and English outside the 25-yard line. The penalty this time is going to be against Classical. I don't think it'll give English a first down. It's holding against Classical. But I'm sure they're probably going to mark it off from the 20-yard line. So they mark it back from the 20 to the 10. Well, Glasgow pinned deep again, but they'll take it. Two wideouts to the near side. Getting loose, cutting it to the near side. It's a foot race. Down the sideline, finally running out of bounds is Avery at the English 39-yard line. 51 yards. That play went off the right side. Avery, who had a very good basketball season, son of the basketball coach Marvin, went off the right side, cut it back to the near side, and finally went out of bounds at the English 39. So Classical now moving the ball. That puts them on the plus side rushing. There was 0 in 3 tries. Now Classical will take a timeout. Avery's only a freshman. So again, I've been mentioning this all week in the different telecasts. Congratulations to everybody involved. The players, the coaches, the assistant coaches, the trainers, the athletic directors especially, who've had a really tough time putting schedules together, the teachers, the doctors, the nurses, the principals, the superintendent. Mr. Tutwiler has done a tremendous job. The police, the fire, everybody, the parents, everybody has pulled together. It's been a team effort trying to get our heads above water, somehow get back to, if we can remember what it was, a normal life. Kids are starting to get back to school, even though it's only an abbreviated schedule of 4 games. The young guys are very happy to be here and playing. People are very happy to be in the stands watching this. Anybody that had anything to do with any of this, congratulations. Let's get everybody vaccinated. Let's get back fully by September with school and sports and everything else. Avery with the carry. He'll pick up 3. So again, congratulations to everybody involved. Let's all keep working together, and let's try to put all of the pieces back together. Get the kids back in school, get sports going, get theaters open, restaurants open, get the businesses back so they can get back on their feet. And hopefully, a couple of short months, we'll be getting back into full seasons with high school sports and everything else. Looking to throw. And he threw that way out of bounds. That wasn't close to anybody. Durant was the intended receiver, but the only one that could have caught it was maybe the first row in the stands over there. Durant was very well covered. Just over 3 minutes into this second period, no score. Classical with their first threat, but now they got another big play. 3rd and 7 from the 36. I would assume we're in 4-down territory here. Looking, in trouble, takes off and runs with it, puts his head down, gets it to the 30-yard line. He came awful close. Edgar Ramirez got awful close. He got to the 30. He needed 6. He got 5. So this is another big play in the ballgame. We're only in the second period. 4th down and a yard.
We have 6 on the plate. We bring up a 4th and 1. Ball from the Lynn English 40-yard.
To keep everybody in tight. Now they send two wideouts to the near side. Off the right side, that's Avery. He gets piled up. He gets pushed forward all the way to the 25-yard line. Looked like he might get a yard or two for the first down. He winds up going to the 25, maybe inside the 25. Classical gets their second first down. Both of them coming on this drive. Avery's got 59 yards and 3 carries. 51 of those on that one play that got them close. So they move the chains. They hold on to the football, and they got first and 10 at the English 25. Now, I do know the Classical has a kicker, Kyle Durant. Avery again off the right side. Short yardage. They give him 2 to the 23. Second and 8. When they snap the football, we'll be halfway through the second period. Diving inside the 20. Avery again. He's the workhorse on this drive. He gets to the 19. He picked up 4. Third and 4 as they're inside the 20 at the 19. They've used some timeouts, but they don't have to worry about it. There's still plenty of time left. Coming up on 5.5 minutes left. 3 wideouts, 2 to the near side. Galizzi gets hit in the backfield and dropped. They wrapped him up. Story on the hit. He was lucky he didn't lose anything. And here we go again. A big play. Fourth and 6. I mentioned they have a kicker. Durant can kick.
Folks that don't know, this is the 107th meeting between Lynn English and Classical.
Timmons is coming off the field. That would be a huge loss for English. So they're not going to use Durant. They're going to go. They need 4. Both teams have threatened now. This is Classical's first threat. English did it, but they shot themselves in the foot with penalties. 4 wideouts, 2 to either side. Ball is caught. Enough for a first down. Durant with the catch. So they go for it and they get it. They didn't use Durant kicking, but they used him catching. He picked up 8. And it's first and 10 from the 11. Clock is stopped because he went out of bounds. Motion coming. That was young freshman Brian Vaughn, the coach's son, with the carry. No gain. Second and 10. He gained about a foot. And that sun comes out really bright and they happen to be going right to left. So when you look to your left, you get blinded by the sun. Under 4 minutes left. They keep everybody in tight. And we're going to whistle. A penalty against Glasgow, too much time. So Glasgow picks up a penalty. Back to the 15. Second and 14. Coming to the near side, turning the corner, blockers out in front. Diving for the end zone. They're going to call him out now. They give him a touchdown. Kyle Durant went in motion. The question was, did he get in? It looked like they were putting him out at the 1. Would have been a first down anyway, but now they said, no, he's in. And Glasgow jumps on top. They go 90 yards. "11 plays, they overcome the big 15-yard penalty. Or the penalty, 5-yard penalty. And now they'll go for 2. So that was just a little handoff in the backfield to Durant, turning the corner. And they're not going to go anywhere. Cole Story from behind. So Glasgow will kick it off. Glasgow had no yards rushing until this drive in the second period. And that drive, they picked up 87. They went 90 yards. They had 87 rushing, 8 yards passing for 95, and they had that 5-yard penalty. So 90 yards in 11 plays. "65 of those yards picked up by Avery. And they jump on top 6-0. It initially looked like they might have shot themselves in the foot, as did English when he picked up the penalty. Durant scores the touchdown. He got the big pass on 4th down to keep the drive alive for a first down, an 8-yard catch. Cutting to the middle, just getting across the 25. And a solid shot there.
Angelo Person on the return.
Person got hit.
Keith Avery on the tackle.
Held on to the football.
10 Lynn English.
Let's see where they put it. They're going to put it to 27, I think.
Off their own 27-yard line.
One tick under 3 minutes left in his first half. They double the wideouts to either side. Maggs looking to throw. The quick out to Brathwaite. Hit immediately by Omar Eg.
DJ Braithwaite. Hands 2 on the play, 7 down and 8.
2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8. Breaking it, staying on his feet, still on his feet. Timmons broke a couple of tackles. Outstanding run. Off the left side, got it back to the middle. Gets it to the Classical 44. 27 yards. Quick out, caught by Brathwaite.
Complete to Braithwaite. And 7 on the play.
7 yards.
Down and 3. Ball from Lynn Glasgow, 37.
27 yards on that run by Timmons. English trying to beat the clock here. They've got some timeouts left. They give it to Timmons again, straight ahead, again. Breaking tackles. Gets it to the 25. They put it to 26. They were going very quickly, but they blew the whistle. Glasgow was trying to get somebody off the field. English snapped the ball. So it'll be 1st and 5 from the 21. English has timeouts left. Just over a minute left in this first half. Glasgow has scored to take a 6-0 lead. English trying to come right back. Person just about got back to the line of scrimmage. Third and 5. English going quickly. We're under a minute. Timmons off the right side. He's got wide open room. He walks in for the touchdown. He's 7 yards shy of 100 yards. So English answers right back. 73 yards in 6 plays, helped out by a penalty against Glasgow. And now English could take a lead. Illegal procedure against English. Chris Carroll wants to know why. So they have to go a little further now to try to break this tie. 49 seconds left. 73 yards in 6 plays. 38 of them, 59 of them on the ground. 2 big runs, 27, 21, and 11. The other one, 3 carries by Timmons. He's at 93 yards. Wideouts everywhere. Mag looking to throw. Rolling, lobs it up. Stepping in front of the defense and catching it. Joshua McDonald stepped right in front of the defender. Unsportsmanlike against English.
Handball foul against Lynn English. Assessed on the kickoff.
"55 yards in penalties against English in this first half. Joshua McDonald, he just took it away from the defender at the last minute. So the English sideline, the English fans were exuberant. They got the touchdown to grab a 6-0 lead on a great play by Kyle Durant. And it wasn't long-lived because English takes it right back. Timmons led them down, rushing for 59 yards on 3 carries. The final 21 for the touchdown, and then Maggs throws it in the end zone, and Joshua McDonald took it away from the defender. And now English will have to kick off from their 25-yard line. There's only 49 seconds left in the half. Kevin Pena will kick it off. So don't go away. It should be an exciting second half. So whether you're playing 1 game, 2 games, a dozen, playing for a championship, English and classical, it makes all the difference in the world. They fall on it at the 46-yard line. I think it was Fessler that fell on it. English with 173 yards of offense, 93 on the ground by Timmons. That's Omar Iji. They're going to put it down at the 47. Second and 9. So it was Marquise Avery leading classical down the field, picking up 65 yards on the drive. And now Timmons picks up 59. They hand it off again. They might have got back to the line of scrimmage. They put it at the 48. Third and 8. And this will be the last play, assuming they get it off. Flag on the play. Let's see what the flag is about. Avery with the carry.
Avery the ball carrier. There's a flag on the play. Ball start against Lynn Glasgow. Penalties declined. That is the end of the first half. With your score,
They got to the 41 with Avery.
Lynn Glasgow 6.
That was the last play. Give him 11 yards on the play on a first down. So Avery is rushed for 76. Timmons is rushed for 93. Classical gets the first touchdown on a nice play by Durant. English comes back. Timmons, after Avery led them downfield, Classical scored on a nice run by Durant. Timmons, the bulk of the running, he runs it in from 21. And then Maggs to McDonald is the difference in the game as we reached halftime and English leading Classical 8-6 at halftime. Welcome back to Manning Field as we're getting set to start the second half. I wish I could tell you I can see anything because now the sun has moved right about almost to the 50-yard line. So now it's almost impossible to look at either end and see because as soon as you look up, the sun is right in your face and you go blind. English will kick it off. English leading 8-6. English had 173 yards of offense, 121 on the ground. Timmons had 93 of those as the kick is away, and they fall on it at the 30-yard line. On the other side, Classical had 100 yards rushing, 15 yards passing, 5 first downs. Marquise Avery had 76 of those, all in the second period. In 5 carries. So both are pushing 100. Timmons a little closer.
We have a 50-50 winner. White ticket. Winning number 739-777.
So Classical trailing by 2. Will start from their 30-yard line.
Hey, buddy, sit down. You win if you were the only one in it. Congratulations, you take home 350.
Quick out, caught. Not for very much.
305.
They give him 2. Second and 8. Huge crowd here tonight. Parking lot is jammed. The concession stand is open, making a couple of dollars, hopefully. Incomplete. A shot and a half by Shea Palmer. Omarigi. Third and 8. Ramirez looking to throw over the middle. Incomplete. Good effort by Omarigi. He was kind of across the middle. He had to reach a little bit behind him to try and make the catch. Classical will have to kick it away. So England shuts him down on the first series in his second half. Durant boots it away. Takes a pretty good Classical bounce and a roll all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Lynn English will take over first and 10 off their own 23-yard line.
It's a 45-yard kick by Kyle Durant. Not too shabby. So English will have it for the first time here in the second half, leading by 2. Three wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. The quick out. Cuts it up inside. They'll have a first down and a little bit more. Joshua McDonald. He made the night. His catch in the end zone for the 2-point conversion is the difference. 13 yards and a first down. The three wideouts go to the far side this time. The quick out to Brathwaite. Gets a head of steam up. Not quite a first down. Let's see how much room they give him as he's pushed back. He got almost to the 45. They pushed him back. They put it at the 41. He lost 4 yards. So it'll be second down and 5. He almost made a first down, and then they just pushed him back, and they didn't blow the whistle. He wound up losing almost 5 yards on the play with the pushback. The three wideouts come to the near side this time. Timmons straight ahead, breaks a tackle. He's loose. They finally knock him down at about the 20-yard line. That puts him over 100 yards.
$38 on the play, the first down.
22 yards. Oh, to the 22.
Panic pass,
37 yards on that carry.
off the link pass for 21.
37 yards picked up. They made a yard on that pass. 2nd and 9. Running it to the near side, getting inside the 15. That's Person. After he was down, he got hit again, but
Angelo Peters to the ball carrier.
a pickup of 7.
Picked up by number 3, Nicholas.
3rd and a couple.
Annabelle was 9 on the play. 3rd down and 1.
Timmons straight ahead. Gets to the 10 for a first down.
Nicholas Timmons, the ball carrier. Emil Bruno on the hit and the tackle. And results in a first down. First and goal, Lynn English.
First and goal from the 10. Three wideouts to the far side. They keep flip-flopping the wideouts. Timmons bounces it to the left, bounces it to the right, goes in for a touchdown.
Anthony Timmons, the ball carrier, the touchdown. 10-yard touchdown run, Anthony Timmons. Score. Lynn English 14. Lynn Classic 6.
77 yards in 7 plays. Again, Timmons the workhorse. He picked up 47. Actually, he picked up 51. they come up short.
Two-point conversion is no good.
So it's still a one-score game. "77 yards in 7 plays. 51 picked up by Timmons. He's got 144 yards rushing. And both touchdowns. And English will kick it off. Again, nice to see the cheerleaders on the sidelines, and this is like a typical Thanksgiving Day game. The stands are packed, parking lot out back, parked, baseball parking lot is packed. Good sized crowd here watching these young men go at it. Typical English classical. Picked up at about the 27-yard line. Staying on his feet, still on his feet, pushed forward. Good second, third effort. That was Galizzi with a good second, third effort. Glasgow gets pretty good field position. They put it at the Glasgow 45. So a nice return by Galizzi. And Glasgow will have it for the second time. One wide out to either side. Started to the far side, comes to the near side. They may have given Avery a yard. And Avery's not getting up. Trainer hustling out to take a look at him. The trainer coming from the Glasgow side as well. They're working on that left leg or foot. Now they're stretching both legs. You hope it's just like a stretch, because what you're looking at is some of these young, especially like Marquise Avery, he hasn't had a lot of time to get into football shape because he was playing basketball. And that's the other thing, like St. Mary's, as they're helping him off the field, St. Mary's got to play a full schedule of soccer, basketball, under regular conditions, and way back in September, October, because they were playing in the Catholic Central League. Lynn Tech couldn't play basketball because Lynn was still a red zone, but so they missed but they came into soccer and football at the same time as virtually everybody else. The Northeastern Conference doing the same. The GBL opted not to start anything until February, so they went into basketball and hockey first. So if you've been watching Channel 15, you saw a hockey game, a football game, a basketball game. So now the GBL is just finishing up. They're having their GBL tournament now, soccer. Glasgow just beat English yesterday to move in, the girls. And the English boys won as well to move into the semifinals of the GBL soccer tournament. So later on in the month, probably around somewhere around the 17th or the 20th, English and Glasgow will start playing baseball and softball. St. Mary's and Tech are already beginning. St. Mary's had two big games Yesterday, Lily Newhall pitching a no-hitter against Bishop Fenwick in her auspicious debut. She's outstanding on the mound. The boys, St. Mary's team, won a big game over Fenwick, arch rival Fenwick. And since that football fiasco a couple of years ago, every game against Fenwick for St. Mary's is a war. So they were happy to beat Fenwick 9-0. So these kids now, like Omar Iji and Avery, haven't really had a chance to get into what you'd call football shape because they would just get through playing basketball. Omar Iji with the catch. They give him the 49. So it's going to be 3rd and 6. And we're going to play it down on the side. Trainer hustling over. Coach Carroll hustling over. It's going to be 3rd and 6 when we get back to football, but we've had a couple of knockdowns. And now we're going to have the teams go to the sideline. 7:02 left in this third period. Classical on the short end of a 14-6 game against English, and they'll be working on the player way over on the other side. I can get to see the number because he's totally surrounded by people trying to help him. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We are finally going to get back to football. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to the assistant coach, Paul Arnold, for Lynn Classical. That little scamper or pass play to Omar Iji, out of bounds. The coach got involved. He got knocked down, banged his head. He went unconscious. He's up. They got a brace on his neck. The ambulance showed up, and they just took him out, going to have him checked. And let's hope he's going to be okay. Ramirez with the keep. Great call. They convert on 3rd down. They put it to 33. 18 yards and a first down. So Classical on the move. 14-6 English. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. The quick out, caught, diving forward. That was Avery with the catch. Nice to see him back. They got to the 25. They picked up 8. 2nd down and 2. Again, 3 wideouts to the near side. Ramirez with the keep, gets upended as he gets a first down. They're going to put it at the 20-yard line. He picked up 5. First and 10 from the 20. Closing in on 5 minutes left in this third period. Galizzi off the right side. Gets a couple. Second and 8. Actually, they put it at the 19. They only gave him one. The three wideouts go to the far side. Ramirez straight ahead off the left side this time. I think they're going to give him the 16-yard line.
Ramirez on the 8. Come on, Anthony Timmons. Here's the person on the tackle.
Third and 6.
Bring up a 3rd down and 6 ball from the Lynn English. 16.
Again, the three wideouts go to the far side. They let it fly to the end zone. Picked off. In the end zone.
Intercepted by number 10.
Shea Palmer. So Classical looked like they had something going. And they threw that one up for grabs. And Shea Palmer picked it off. So English will get it at their 20-yard line. 1st and 10. And banging straight ahead to Workhorse. Timmons.
4 on the plate. 2nd down and 6 ball from the Lynn English. 24.
They give him 4. Second and 6. 3 minutes and counting in this third period. English by 8. Timmons again. Gets about 4 more.
Timmons the ball carrier. Tripped up by number 9, Garrett Omaroshi.
Timmons is going over 150 yards rushing. He has both touchdowns.
They'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Straight ahead again. Just, here I come, try to get me.
Ball carrier. Gain of 13 and a 1st down. 1st and 10 Lynn English.
To the 42, he picked up 14. English closing in on 300 yards of offense. The quick out, slipping a tackle. Joshua McDonald did a nice job of making something out of nothing. He was going to get hit, either a loss or no gain.
2nd down and 7 ball from the Lynn English 43.
Instead, they put the ball at the 44. He picked up 2. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 44. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Person runs it straight ahead. Gets piled up. They're trying to push him forward. They give him 3.
Angelo Person the ball
to the 47. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Looking to throw. A deep Brathwaite got wide open and they overthrew him. He beat the defense. So ring up a 4th and 5. I think they're going to kick it away. Maggs is back to kick it away. So we're going to shrink this down to 1 period with English leading by 8, as we've got 34 ticks left on the clock here in the 3rd period. And English is going to take a timeout. Again, we wish the best to Paul Arnold, the assistant coach, who got knocked down and hit his head. Well, it was nice to see him alert. At least they put a neck brace on. They called the ambulance. The ambulance came and took him away on a stretcher. I'm sure hopefully for precautionary measures, and hopefully he'll be okay. Our thoughts and our prayers go to him and his family. It's unusual. You go to a football game, you may expect, you don't want it, but you may expect one of the players to get hurt and maybe have to be carted off, but you very rarely see a coach being carted off. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time on that little swing pass that the player got knocked out of bounds and wound up colliding with the coach and knocked him down, and he hit his head. So again, hopefully he's going to be okay. Discussions going on the English sideline. They were lined up to punt. Now with this long discussion, I wonder if they're going to go for it. They're lining up to go, unless they're going to try and draw Classical offside. 4 wideouts, 2 to either side. Classical now calls a timeout. They have to get their defense back in line. They had their return team out there. Now they have to call a timeout because English threw them a curve. They were going to punt. They called timeout. Came back to go for it. So Classical now has to put their team back out there. For English, this is their last game at home. The seniors. Omar Sefi, Uzziah Omar Sefi, Angelo Person, Taj Purda. We haven't seen him. He was a very good player last year. He hasn't played much this year. Dennis Davison, Anthony Timmons, who's having a game and a half here. DJ Brathwaite playing extremely well as well. Joshua Transtamar, Kevin DeLeon, Darian Arias, Cameron Isbell, Nick Messina, Ryan Dewan, Angel Monsione, James Gatchell, Tyler Furlong, Cole Story, and Shaeli Hernandez. Little misdirection for Brathwaite. They're going to get 1st down and a lot more. He's gone. That was basically the same play that Classical ran for a touchdown. It's coming back. They ran it to perfection. Durant ran that play off to your left, going from left to right on your screen, and he ran it in for a touchdown. They ran it that time with Brathwaite, and he went the distance, 53 yards, but it's coming back, and now they'll have to kick it away. English is closing in on 300 yards of offense, and they're closing in on 100 yards in penalties. The kick is away. They let it bounce all the way to the 10 or 11 yard line. Classell's going to be pinned down there.
Lake Glasgow takes over, first and 10.
They'll run one play and we'll go to the fourth period.
Ball at their own 11 yard.
They'll put the ball at the 11. Quick out. They had to go back to get the pass. They're not going to get much yardage.
Ryan Cross pass complete to number 6, Aaron O'Reilly. They have one on the play, second down and 9.
They got a yard on the play, went out of bounds, so they'll get another play. So this will be the last play of the third period. A double of wideouts to either side. Ramirez with the keep. He's got a first down.
Ryan Vaughn on the keep. Josh McDonald tripped him up. And it does result in a first down, first and 10 Lake Glasgow. That is the end of the third quarter.
They'll do it for the quarter.
Your score leading was 14, Lake Glasgow 6.
So 14-6, English. With a period left. So 12 minutes of football left to decide the bragging rights.
White ticket, 739, 777. Again, 739, 777.
12 yards on that last pickup. And with 12 minutes left, English holding on to an 8-point lead. Class will have it first and 10 at their 24. Each possession almost a must now. Aki Avery hasn't carried the ball. He came in and caught a pass once, but he hasn't carried it since he went down hurt and he walked out gingerly. He has come back, but they haven't put him in the backfield. They double the wideouts to either side. Coming to the near side. And that's Vaughn. I've been talking about Ramirez, but Vaughn is now the quarterback. They're both single digits. One is 2 and one is 5. He got, I'm going to call it the 33 because he didn't get to the 34. Second down and 1. a short one. The quick out, they're going to lose yardage. That's Avery. That's freshman to freshman, Vaughn to Avery. All the way back to the 28. They lost 5. Not going anywhere. Try to go off that left side. Vaughn got 1. They'll have to kick it away. They can't go for it here. It's caught. There's a flag on the play. I'm not sure what that was all about. They mark off 15 yards. They got to the English 47, and when they get up, they slam the ball down, and it cost them. It'll be 1st and 10. A big 15-yard penalty. Vaughn gets a few. But you don't want to do that. He made a great catch. Got to the 47-yard line of English. And when he got up, he just kind of slammed the ball to the ground, spun it around, probably said something with the official standing right there. Boom, it cost his team 15 yards. So he picked up 14 on the play, and they wind up losing yardage. And now they try to flip it back. Still fighting for yardage, Galeazzi, but they're going to lose yardage. They're going to lose 3. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Brian Vaughn rolled the dice. He went for it on 4th down and made it. And I'm sure he was very unhappy with the results when he picked up a 15-yard penalty. Looking to throw, in trouble. Gonna take off and run with it. Got a lot of room to run. Lost the football. Glasgow picked it up. They lost it again. I think English came up with it. They lost it twice. Brathwaite came up with the recovery. That was Sticky fingers, everybody. It was caught, it was dropped, ran with it, dropped it. The ball's at the 32. "28 yards on the play, but they lose the ball. That's going over 200 yards. And now here he goes again. Timmons, the ball carrier, he's getting up slowly. He's not getting up.
First down, first and 10 Lynn English. Off your own 45-yard line. And 13 on the play.
45-yard line, picks up 13. He's 21 yards away from 200 yards. And now he's down. And let's hope he's okay. Let's hope it's just a twinge. Again, these guys didn't really have a chance to get in what you would call really good football shape. Glasgow will be home here next week against Everett in their final game. Tim's getting up, seems to be okay. We're happy for that. Looks fine, thank God. So Glasgow will be home next week against Everett. And English will be on the road against Chelsea if they play. They don't know if Chelsea's going to play. English will certainly play. And that will be it for the GBL. They'll get into baseball and softball and track and lacrosse. Finally, everybody will be on the same page. But it won't be for a while, because it won't be till probably the middle of May, because they'll have to get some workouts trying to get in baseball, lacrosse, softball shape. Little hole open up quickly, and that's Person running through it.
Angelo Person on the carry.
11 yards and a first down. Get to the 37 for 7. Coming to the near side. Caught from behind and dragged down. Timmons is back in.
And 3 on the plate. Second down and 7.
Got to the 18 for 3.
Lynn Glasgow, 18.
If Timmons could run it in from here, he'd have 200 yards. He gets to the 10.
Timmons the ball carrier. Nico Galizzi on the tackle. Play does result in first down. First and goal, Lynn English ball from the 10-yard line.
Timmons bouncing off. He got a yard or two. They blew the whistle. The play was dead. Glasgow thought they had the ball. They give him a yard.
Lynn English has a second and goal ball from the 9-yard line.
They go to that tight double wing. Maggs with the quarterback sneak.
Jesse Maggs on the quarterback keep. Gain 4 on the plate. Third and goal from the 5.
They put it down at the 5.
Timeout, Lynn Glasgow.
Glasgow will take a timeout as we're under 4 minutes left. English trying to put this one away. They lead 14-6. Glasgow needs a stop, and they actually need 2 miracles: a stop and then go down and score, and get a 2-point conversion. This is a young classical team. The quarterback they're using now is Brian Vaughn's son, Brian Vaughn. Galizzi's a junior running the ball. Durant catching it is a junior. Omarizi, another catcher, is a junior. Marquise Avery is a freshman. Maggs is only a junior for English. Person is a senior. Timmons is a senior. Brathwaite's a senior, but they've got some other young kids. Shea Palmer is a junior. From that double wing, Maggs again as they try to push him forward. English not getting it in, but they're shrinking the game. At the 3, picked up 2. They give it to Timmons. I'm looking for a sign. He didn't get in. The ball will be at the 1. So Classical has a pulse. It's not, it's faint, but they have a pulse. .364 yards of offense for the Bulldogs. But only 14 points because those penalties cost them dearly. So Classical will take over, but they need a miracle. Vaughn runs it out. Gives him a little bit of breathing room out to the 10. 9 on the play. It'll be second down and a yard. But we're at 2.5 and counting. A double of wideouts to either side. Might have squeezed out a first down, I think. So they're going to go quickly. There'll be 2 minutes left when they snap the ball. Classical got a little bit of a head start. Picked off. They threw it over the middle and it got picked off. Looked like Dennis Davis. It looked like number 8. So English gets the ball back, and that's just about going to do it with 2:01 left. The ball at the 22. And we got a flag. That's going to be against English. .55 yards in penalties. Over 350 yards for English. But they've had half the field penalty. Timmons is on the sideline. He went down a couple of times. Probably stretched that leg a little bit, so he's not in. That's a shame because he's got 193 yards rushing. He's that close to 200 yards. So Glasgow stopped them, gave themselves an opportunity, but then they turned the ball over on the interception. I'm sure that Dennis Davison was very happy and I gave him credit, but it was Anthony Timmons. Who else? He made that interception. So he's done it both ways. They pitch it, they run it off the right side. Everybody pushing forward. They'll be short of a first down. They get to the 13. This will probably be the last play of the game. So the 2021 first ever GBL Thanksgiving game here in May, and the first Thanksgiving game in May is going to go to the Bulldogs. Glasgow will win this week at Manning Field thanks to the girls soccer team. They beat the girls twice. The boys soccer team won. Now the football team is 18 seconds away from celebrating. I don't think anybody's going to go home and have turkey. They're trying to get the clock straightened out. "22 seconds now, which is academic because they'll run one play. "358 yards of offense for English. 229 for Glasgow. They sneak ahead. They'll stop it momentarily as I think they got the first down. And English will celebrate.
That will be the final play of the ball game. Manning Field tonight.
16 first downs. 360 yards of offense for the Bulldogs. 287 of them on the ground. And that'll do it as the clock runs out. Timmons led the way with 193 yards. Marquise Avery had 77, all of them on the drive that got Glasgow their touchdown and gave them that 6-0 lead. Person chipped in with 52 yards for English. It was Classical getting on the board first, starting their first possession in the second period. They went 90 yards in 11 plays, overcoming a penalty. Avery picked up 65 yards on the drive. And it was a nice little play. They ran a sweep to the far side, gave the pitch to Durant, the wideout. He took it back to the near side, just dove inside the end zone for the touchdown. It was 6-0 after the two-point conversion was no good. English came right back and got all they really needed. They went 73 yards in 6 plays. 59 of them picked up on the ground by Timmons. And it was Timmons going 21 for the touchdown. And the points that actually won the game, Mag threw it in the end zone. And it was Joshua McDonald who took it away from a defender in the end zone, caught it for the two-point conversion. It was 8-6, and that was at the very end of the first half. English came out after they shut Classical down the first possession in the third period. They went 77 yards in 7 plays. Again, Timmons picked up 51 of them on the ground. He got his second touchdown going in from the 10. The rush was no good. It was 14-6. Classical drove down to the 16-yard line, and they threw it into the end zone, and Shea Palmer picked it off to shut down the Classical drive. English came back and drove it all the way down. They got stopped at the 1-yard line. And then Timmons did it again. He stepped in front of a pass, picked it off, gave English the ball back, and they ran the time off the clock, and they run the clock out. But Timmons winds up with 193 yards rushing. Person had 52, and Marquise Avery wound up with 76 for Classical. English put up 360 yards of offense. Classical put up 229. And the 2 touchdowns by Timmons, he gets 193 yards. He didn't play a little bit because he got banged up a little bit at the end. They sat him out a little bit at the final couple of possessions, or he could have gone to 200. But then he got back in on defense and picked the pass to shut Classical's last gasp effort. Would have been tough to go the length of the field, but they had a pulse. But Timmons took it away with the interception. So a great all-around game by him. Good defense by English. Classical moved the ball, but both teams had a lot of problems with penalties, especially the Bulldogs. And Classical will pick up English will pick up their first win. They go to 1-2. Classical will drop to 1-2 as English wins it. Timmons getting 2, rushing for 193 yards. McDonald with the catch for the 2-point conversion. It was Durant with the touchdown for Classical, and that was all the scoring as English wins it 14-6. The Bulldogs over the Rams. So we hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.